What is the primary objective of current U.S. diplomatic involvement in the Ukraine war? The United States aims to support Ukraine's sovereignty while pursuing diplomatic pathways toward a ceasefire and long-term security stability. Why does Ukraine continue to request military aid from Western allies? Ukraine seeks defensive military aid, particularly air defense systems and ammunition, to protect civilians and critical infrastructure. How has Russia justified its continued military operations in Ukraine? Russia frames the war as a security operation, though this justification is widely rejected by the international community. What role has NATO played without directly entering the conflict? NATO provides training, intelligence coordination, and defensive support, while avoiding direct combat involvement. Why are sanctions considered a major non-military tool against Russia? Sanctions aim to limit Russia's access to finance, technology, and trade, increasing economic pressure to alter its war strategy. How has the European Union supported Ukraine since the invasion began? The EU has provided financial aid, military equipment, refugee support, and coordinated sanctions. What humanitarian impact has the war had on Ukraine's population? Millions of Ukrainians have been displaced, with extensive damage to housing, energy systems, healthcare, and transport infrastructure. Why are peace talks between Russia and Ukraine so difficult to conclude? Disagreements over territory, security guarantees, accountability, and sovereignty remain unresolved. What has been the United Nations' primary response to the war? The UN has focused on humanitarian aid, diplomatic resolutions, and documenting potential war crimes. How has the war affected global food and energy security? The conflict has disrupted grain exports and energy supplies, contributing to higher global food and fuel prices. Why is control of energy infrastructure strategically important in the war? Energy systems are critical for civilian survival, military logistics, and economic stability, making them strategic targets. What position has the United States taken on Ukraine's territorial integrity? The U.S. maintains that Ukraine's internationally recognized borders must be respected. How has the war influenced global military alliances? The war has strengthened NATO cohesion and increased defense coordination among allied nations. What role do neutral countries play in peace efforts? Neutral states often act as mediators, hosts for talks, or humanitarian aid coordinators. Why is accountability for war crimes a major international concern? Accountability is essential for international law, justice for victims, and long-term peace and deterrence. How has the war affected civilian morale in Ukraine? Despite hardship, Ukraine has shown strong civilian resilience and national unity. What economic impact has the war had on Russia? Russia faces restricted trade access, reduced foreign investment, and long-term economic strain. Why is international unity considered crucial in responding to the war? Unity ensures consistent sanctions, credible deterrence, and stronger diplomatic leverage. What long-term risk does the war pose to global security? Prolonged conflict risks regional instability, arms proliferation, and weakened international norms. What is the primary hope behind ongoing peace initiatives? The goal is a durable ceasefire, protection of civilians, and a negotiated settlement that prevents future conflict.